Hey guys, let me show you how I do a retopology in Blender. This model was downloaded from Thingiverse, made by friends, so let's give him credit for his work there. It's public domain, so I'm not worried about any license infringement. But you'll see here it's a very complicated model. It was sculpted rather than made, as most organic things are. And I'll just get right into it, teach you guys how to retopo this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new plane. I'm going to bring it up to the front in front of this character so that I can see it. I'm going to rotate it along the x-axis and so that it's flat on her face. And then I'm going to look at her head on with perspective turned off. Now with this the way it is, I'm going to turn on a few modifiers. My first modifier is I'm going to add a mirror. My second modifier is going to be the shrink wrap modifier. I'll tab into edit mode and you can see I've got my mirror on. So I'll grab that. I actually want this origin to be right in the center of her face, and so I'm gonna get out of edit mode here, move this aside, click right about on her nose, and see origin to 3D cursor, and now I have everything mirrored off of that. Go back into edit mode and we'll get right back into it. Now basically I'm just going to draw her nose with the detail I want. I'm going to turn clipping on. So I want something like this, where I am following I'm keeping the polygons, so I see like a ridge right here around the bulb of her nose. So I'm keeping one polygon edge there. I see a slope right here, and so I'll rotate that a little bit. I'm just following the natural contours of her face. And you know what, I realize that this face isn't symmetrical, so I'm going to turn off my mirror modifier. This will still work for the purposes of this demonstration. And then I'll just keep working on adding polygons to it. Now, at this point, usually I'd continue going on and I'd add some more, but I've done enough that I can show you what I want to do with this tutorial. So what we'll do is we'll choose the model for the shrink wrap modifier that we're working on. And if by default it uses the nearest surface modifier. And if we look at that, I don't know where there it is. That's where our plane ended up, right there on the tip of her nose, because that's the closest surface for all of those vertices. But instead we're going to do a project. What this will do instead is it'll stick things on like a band-aid. So if we grab this by the Y, and we pull that on, do you see how that lays flat now? Now if we hide her, we can see how we've got that aspect of her face. We put on smooth, and that doesn't look half bad. Obviously that's just a tiny little portion of her face, but you can see how it's really starting to work and take shape. It's actually kind of fun to do. You guys now know as much about it as I do, so you can mess with it. One thing is try to make rectangles instead of triangles so that you can stay consistent, and remember to follow natural lines on her face. And so you want to put polygon edges on her lips, you want to put polygon edges around her nose, you want to put an edge of a polygon in this crease on her eye and on her forehead, and that's pretty much all there is to it. If you learned something, I hope that I earned a like or a subscribe. If you have any questions of something to do in Blender, Unreal, GIMP, or anything else when it comes to 3D creation, modeling, texturing, or anything like that, I hope that you leave a comment and ask me. I'm happy to make videos to help you guys learn. Thanks for watching.